Hello and welcome to the Linux Panic YouTube channel. In this video we're going to be covering how to actually use software, or install software through the terminal on the Steam Deck, as we can see here on my Steam Deck anyway. But before we proceed any further, I'd like to thank my channel members Mislav and David Williams for being channel members. They get early access to videos such as this one right here, and a little badge next to the name for both videos and live streams that show that they support me. Anyway, let's get into the video. Now, as we can see here, we have ZSH command not found neofetch. Problem with that, I actually have neofetch installed. Or do we? So let's do the sensible thing first and turn off caps lock. So sudo pacman-s neofetch would be the standard way to do it. However, making sure that we can see, and problem, what's going on here? We have two errors. Failed to initialize transaction, unable to lock database, and could not lock database, read-only file system. Now, the reason why this is because Steam have set it up to make sure that your system is stable, because it's supposed to be a stable locked out system. However, this isn't quite the case, because you can install software from their media hub thing, from the usual KDE hub, because it does it with Flatpaks, which are safe. They are enclosed, they're basically just enclosed software hubs. They're basically just sandboxes, that's it, that's the word I was looking for. They're basically sandboxes. However, I will be installing that shortly. However, you can't install anything else at the moment. So, I'm going to take you through the process of making it so you can actually do stuff with your operating system outside of just flat hubs, outside of just Flatpak even. But first, I need to go to sudo cd/etc/pacman, cd/etc. Alright, that's right. There we go, cd/etc. cd pacman. I'm having a... Am I having a dumb? Don't answer that. The answer is yes. No, there we go. Vim, sudo vim pacman.conf. And then I just want to quickly change the parallel downloads to 20. Oop. Insert, and then change that to 20. Control X. No. Did that just... Okay, that just incremented. Either way, that's done. So, what we now need to do is, when you get to your Steam Deck desktop for the first time, you won't have a password. And that is because it's just a user that's created, and before you can do anything, you need a password. So ideally, what you would do is you would do passwd to create the password. Now, I don't need to do that because I've already got one, but you should, because otherwise you can't do anything. It will throw a fit. Once you've done that, you need to do this very carefully. So what you need to do is sudo steamos read-only disable. This makes it so the operating system, specifically the Linux image, is no longer a read-only image. So you can now make edits to it and do changes, which is good, but it may not be. Well, this is not the first step, because if we tried to install, I'll get back to it, try to install neofetch, we go yes, and it looks like it's working. However, not quite, because we've now made it so it can actually try and install some things. Small problem, there's no public keyring found, And because there's no keyring found, it's not writable, it's missing its keys, and it cannot commit anything because it can't find anything. So what we need to do is we need to initialize the keyring. This is just a safe place where it pulls things safely, is that to make it accessible. So sudo pacman-key for keyring ---- init. So initialize it. Now what this does is it goes, okay, I am going to pull the master key that has all the other valid keys off and make it so I can then see it. As we can see here, it's seen it. So in theory, if we wanted to, we should now be able to download Pacman. Yes, we wish to import that. However, once it goes, hey, what's going on? The signature from GitLab CI package builder is unknown. Yes, we want to do it. However, small problem again. It still cannot find any signatures for the keys. This is where we need to do the next step. So we will just do clear sudo pacman -key populate, and this then adds all of the keys from the Arch Linux GPG, the Hollow, so the Steam OS keys, well, anything at Steam, yeah, basically just the Steam OS keys. Once I can find my mouse, there we go, mouse. And as we can see, disable revoked keys and keyrings. There are 45 that are being revoked, clearly, so they're no longer deemed as safe. However, we can note third-party key signatures using the SHA-1 algorithm are rejected. We can allow them. However, SHA-1 has been broken quite a while ago. So, surely we can install NeoFetch now. The answer is yes, we can. However, what we need to do is we need to actually run an update. Because now that we've got the keys, it needs to go, how do I do this? So sudo pacman-s/yyuu. It then pulls all of the available updates. In my case, as we can see here, it's doing a full system upgrade. There is nothing to do, which is good. Now, every time your system does an update, you need to go through this process again. The reason why is because it is rewriting the image. SteamOS itself is rewriting its own image and making it so it's locked down once again. This is just happens every time to ensure continuity. And as we can see, we now have NeoFetch working, which is good, which is what we want. Just deck. As we can see, this is what I have set up previously. It works, which is good. Battery is charging. Please be quiet. Anyway, this is now working. This is very good. You will need to do this every time your system updates. This does depend on how frequently you have the update cycle. If yours is the standard or with the beta, it's up to you. I have mine run on the beta, so if I want to do anything, it will then throw a fit. If you do try to do something and it throws the initial fit, it's just a repeat the list. I will stick this on both GitHub as well as in the description of this video, as well as a link to said GitHub so you can then view it for your own viewing pleasure. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit dislike. They both seem to work, even though you can only see one of them. And remember, when you use Linux, don't panic. I have been Nick. You have been amazing, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.